Okay, this is a quick kind of bonus tutorial. I'm going to show you real quick how to put an image, the actual balloon image, right onto a round foil balloon. So we're going to make a quick round foil balloon model, and we're also going to apply the image right off of Mayflower's website onto that model. To do that, we first need to go get the image. So go to Google, and we're going to navigate to search for Mayflower distributing. Wow, can't type tonight. Distributing. Go. Go there. So select Mayflower distributing. Any second now. Okay, once you get here, in the search box, we're going to put in the number 68745, and that should be Frozen Sing-a-Tune. So hit enter. That'll take you here. Click on the image. Okay, and then from here, right-click the image and copy image. Okay, go ahead and close your web browser. You're done with that. We're going to go to Paint, open up Paint, and Control V to paste. And if you want to make sure your image resizes, again, this is a trick I always talk about, go ahead and resize your workspace really small and then paste, and it will automatically size. This is a nice square image, so this will work. So we're going to go to File and Save As, and then go to navigate to where you want to save it. And here it is right here, Tutorials, and I've actually saved it already under Frozen Print. So go ahead and save it. Save it as a 24-bit bitmap. So make sure it is a 24-bit bitmap. Alright. Okay, once you've done that, you can close Paint. Your image is ready to go. Alright, so now back in Animator, in the Toolbox, go to Object. We're going to select New, and we're going to just call this Round Foil. Alright, select OK. And you obviously can use this model too if you want to apply like the foil texture to it or something, like just a solid silver or gold foil. You can use this model the same for that. That Sing-a-Tune balloon that we just looked at on Mayflower is actually 28 inches. So we're going to make our model 28 inches. So I'm going to go to the Sphere tool here. In the front view, I'm just going to click and drag out a sphere, and then double click on it to bring up the properties. And then we want to set the diameter to 28, which is the diameter of the balloon. Division longitude 24, division latitude 16. And I'm just tabbing through those. Select OK. Next thing we're going to do is build, and we're going to convert this to a mesh. From the front now, I'm going to change my front view to the wireframe view so you can see kind of the orientation of the model. So with it selected, we're going to edit, rotate, and we are going to rotate about the X 90 degrees so it's pointing at us, and then edit, locate, and center about origin so we have it right in the middle. Now with it still selected, the way we make this look like a nice round foil balloon is we are going to use the non-uniform scale tool, isolate the X, and you can keep snapping enabled right now, it's not that big of a deal. And what we're going to do is just left click and drag to the left and kind of flatten this out. You don't want to go too far because it looks like a little vanilla wafer. So kind of from the sides, you kind of know what a foil balloon looks like. So I'm going to go probably about right there. I'm kind of watching the 3D view as I go. That's got a nice round shape to it. Use the viewpoint. If you change to the object viewpoint and then select the rotate view, you can go into the 3D view and kind of spin it around. That looks pretty good to me as a foil balloon. So I'm going to go with that. Unselect it. Reselect my X, Y, and Z. Make those available by right-clicking on them. Alright, so what we need to do now is we need to take that frozen texture and apply it to our model. So I'm going to put this back into the smooth shaded view on all four views. I'm also going to go to the object viewpoint, and I'm going to frame all views so I get a nice good look at this. Alright, so what we need to do now is we did this earlier with the Holstein print. We need to import that texture into the program. So we're going to go to New and double click on New, and we're going to go to Textures. And what you're going to want to do is click on the three dots here. And then I already have it imported, but you will not. Sorry, I was doing this tutorial earlier and restarted. So you're going to go to Load Texture. And you're going to find your frozen print, and select Open. And it will show up here in your list. You probably move your Holstein print down. So when you select this, you'll see this kind of distorted thing going on down here. Select OK, and that will populate this box here. Do the same thing for the next three boxes. Frozen print. Here. Frozen print. And then the next one. Frozen print. So all four of these top boxes have frozen print. The bottom four do not need it. Select OK. And then we're going to name this Frozen Print. Alright. Don't worry about your ambient, diffuse, specular, all of that, because this is kind of a complex image and you really won't see any of that anyways. So go ahead and select OK, and now you can see you have the texture available here in your materials. Okay, here's where it gets cool. From the front view, make sure your front view is enabled. You're going to select the object, make sure it's selected, and then you're going to apply this texture. And it's going to look beautiful. It's going to look just like that. So don't panic. We got to just straighten this out. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go to here. This tool is called the Texture UV. Select that, and it's going to ask you, would you like to enable texture generation for Mesh 01? Select yes. Okay, and now you have this cool yellow box around the image. Double click right on the yellow, and that will bring up the texture coordinate parameters. It's going to default to enable text gen, leave that, and it's also going to default to planar projection. So what's cool is you don't have to do anything here because that's already selected. Just select OK, and that will straighten out your texture just like that, and now you have this cool looking 3D image of a sing-a-tune. Alright, so we can go to the perspective view, select the viewpoint and the rotate view, and now we can spin this around, and come on, that's pretty cool, right? Alright, now there's one problem. It says I sing, tap to play, and on the back side it says I sing, tap to play backwards. Okay, so if that bothers you, the quick way to fix that is we are going to slice off the back of this, and we are going to duplicate the front and spin it around and put it on the back. Now, because this is centered on the origin, it will pivot. You'll see this in a second. It'll all work out. Okay, so from the left view, we're going to change this to the wireframe view. So you got this nice wireframe going on. And then we're going to go here to the tools, and we're going to set the object point edit mode. And you'll see all the points show up. Isolate just the vertex select. You don't want to have the faces or the edges select, so left click on just the points. With the drag select tool, we're going to come over here on the right side, and we're going to drag select all of the points except for the middle ones. So just to there. And then with those selected, hit delete on your keyboard. And now you have sliced off the back of the balloon. And because it's double-sided, you'll see the texture on the inside. No big deal. Alright. Now, we can't just mirror and flip this, because if we do that, it will still be backwards. So what we have to do is actually copy this image and rotate it around. So to do that, with your selection tool, go ahead and select the image, Control-C to copy, Control-V to paste, edit, and then we are going to rotate, and we're going to rotate custom about the y-axis, which is the up and down, and we're going to put in 180, select OK, and that will flip that around. So you get this kind of weird thing going along the seam, but if we go to the 3D view and we flip this around, it now says I sing, tap to play on both sides correctly. The other thing this is good for with it being split is if your print, your foil balloon, is only one-sided, which they are sometimes, you can now select the back or the front. So I'm going to select, this is what I'm going to call the back, and what I can do is go to my new textures here, and I can create kind of a hot pink color that kind of matches the color of the balloon. So right around there somewhere. Select OK, and what I can do now is I can apply this to the back side of the balloon, and then I can see here in the top view that it's a little bit dark, so let's lighten that up a little bit, make it a little more pinkish, a little more hot pinkish. So anyways, that's close enough for now. But what you can see now is I can actually put a solid back on the back of the balloon if it is indeed just a one-sided print. All right, so that's that. That's how you do that. The only other thing I would do when you are done applying your textures to the front and the back, because you need this to act as a single balloon, is I would select the two by right-clicking on them and then go to Build and group them together. So although they are two objects connected, two objects put back to back, if you group them, you will be able to move and rotate them together as a group. So, all right, that's it for that one, folks. We'll see you next time.